Well, welcome back, everyone. The big tech oligarchs over at Facebook are stepping up their partisan political censorship. Check your Facebook pages, folks, because the platform has rolled out their new, quote, extremism warnings to users in pop-up notifications. And to no one's surprise, it seems like Republicans are once again the target. Many conservative commentators being used as the social media test subjects. Their latest pop-up warning reads this: are you concerned that someone you know is becoming an extremist? We care about preventing extremism on Facebook. Others in your situation have received confidential support, along with the option to get support. What is that support? A second warning to users read: you may have been exposed to harmful extremist content recently. Violent groups try to manipulate your anger and disappointment. You can take action now to protect yourself and others. This is ridiculous on their part. Facebook just opened Pandora's box. Not only is the so-called warning surely meant to target the political right, but it's also calling on the public to go after each other. Little rats and snitches running around. Mark Zuckerberg just put conservatives' First Amendment rights on watch. Well, joining me now is former Trump 2016 and 2020 senior advisor and campaign manager, Corey Lewandowski is with us. Corey, great to have you on the show.
Well, thanks for having me. And let me just start by saying happy birthday, America. I'm proud to live in the greatest country that the planet has ever known. And I'm going to celebrate your birthday like every American should.
Well, absolutely. I'll be right there with you. It's a huge day, a huge holiday, and still a reminder to people, Corey, that this still is the greatest nation in the world. We can complain about it. I know it's going in the wrong direction right now, but there's no other place on earth like it, Corey.
So true. Look, we have a lot of flaws, and we've had a lot of flawed people who came before us, but they've given us the privilege to live in this great country, and I'm grateful for it. I'm going to stand for my flag. I'm going to kneel for God, and that's what America's all about.
All right. So some of what you and I like to do is fight for this country, and that's when things are going in the wrong direction. Facebook clearly is waging war on conservatives, this idea of extremism. They don't have any warnings about gang violence in your neighborhood. Wouldn't it be nice for Chicagoans to say, hey, do you know a young person who's being recruited by a gang? Let us know. We'll try to get them some help. I don't see those warnings.
Look, they should have a warning on Ilhan Omar's Twitter feed, her Facebook account, and everything else. She has condoned terrorism and racism in this country more than anybody else. When we see Nancy Pelosi has tried to incite violence, former Attorney General Eric Holder has offered to incite violence. No warnings on them, of course not. This is a direct attack at conservatives and conservative principles. And when Facebook can't monitor enough of them, they're calling on others to do so on their behalf, to turn them in so they can get them off of their platform. Look, Facebook, and Donald Trump was right about this, and others need to be reeled in under Section 230 of the federal code. We have given them enormous authority. They want to have it both ways. They want to say both we allow free speech, but then we will limit of who has that free speech, and we will deem what is free speech and what is not free speech. So look, Facebook, Twitter, all these social media platforms we know are by and large run by the far left extremists, the Silicon Valley liberals who cannot stand the America First ideals. We need to fight back, and we need to do so smartly in an articulate manner that says, look, there are extremists on the left who want to have violence. It's called BLM, and they've been burning the northwest part of our country now for over a year, with most of the media completely ignoring it.
You know, one of the things that the left has perfected is going after conservative policies in the courts. Ron DeSantis, a great governor from Florida, had gotten legislation through in Florida that says you can sue big tech now, these social media sites, if they censor you. Well, a court has now thrown that out. I don't know how this loses in court if you have an honest judge, an honest jury, and this goes hopefully all the way to the Supreme Court, set it in stone, to get back to the point that you made, that these protections for them have to be thrown out if they want to act like publishers.
Look, Ron DeSantis and the Florida legislature has started to fight back, and we see that Texas and others are joining in that fight. But because of the size and the scope and the resources that these organizations have, if we don't have big states involved, we can't be successful. Look, it's much harder to limit everybody in the state of Florida for being on Facebook as a tech organization because you need those people to continue your business model. And the same is true in Texas. If a small state would have undertaken this task, whether it's Idaho or North Dakota or South Dakota, they'd geofence those people and say, we don't care. And the Republican politicians would become they would feel the wrath of the social media world. What we have to do, and the fact that this judge threw this legislation out, there is still an opportunity for Ron DeSantis to call a special session to make the tweaks that need to be made in order to pass this smell test for this federal judge. But I think when this gets to the Supreme Court, we're going to see a court not along an ideological 6-3 line, but on a 9-0 line that says you can't both be the purveyor of what is right and the individual to say that we allow free speech if we agree with you. It doesn't work that way in any other organization or any other media. So look, this is going to come before the courts. Republicans and conservatives have to continue to fight back. It's the only thing the left understands.
Yep, absolutely. Corey Lewandowski, as always, thanks for coming on a Friday night, and enjoy America's birthday, buddy.
Same to you. Thank you.
All right, you got it. Look, we've got to take this fight. And I love Corey's idea of calling a special session. That would send a message to Democrats right away, wouldn't it? That we're not going to sit back and take your lawsuits. Ron DeSantis, I hope you tuned in. It's a great idea.
Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.